The scene unfolds amidst the dense embrace of the forest, where the Pendragon forces retreat toward their territory, led by Soldrake and Eren at the forefront. Amidst the march, Karuta turns to Killian, questioning why he doesn't approach Eren and Soldrake to inquire about their discussion. In response, Killian directs Karuta to pursue the answers himself. Karuta expresses hesitation, noting the challenge of approaching the guardian deity of the forest, the Ancona orcs unable to casually engage with such entities. Killian counters, acknowledging even his own inability to comprehend the discourse between Eren and Soldrake, hindered by an inexplicable inability to hear Soldrake's voice and, peculiarly, the voice of young Lord Eren at that moment. Moreover, Killian expresses disbelief at the notion of a dragon assuming human form, an unfamiliar concept to him. Meanwhile, Eren turns to Soldrake, seeking clarification regarding the identity of the 6 dragons who displayed apparent discontent with Eren's pact with Soldrake. Eren presses Soldrake for insight into the nature of the dragon's dispute. Soldrake's response to Eren's inquiries was cryptic, stating that time would reveal the answers Eren sought. Perplexed by Soldrake's enigmatic words, Eren pressed further, reminding the dragon of the glimpses of Eren's past life as Raven, including the mysterious circumstances surrounding Raven's demise and Balthi's cryptic messages. Eren questioned whether Soldrake had insight into the reason behind Raven's reincarnation as Eren. Yet, once again, Soldrake deferred to the passage of time for understanding. Growing frustrated by Soldrake's evasive responses, Eren demanded clarity, questioning why the dragon repeated the same refrain. Soldrake, unfazed by Eren's agitation, remarked on Eren's verbosity, noting the rarity of a Pendragon seeking dialogue with him. Eren, puzzled by Soldrake's inscrutability, had anticipated gaining enlightenment through their pact, but found himself met with further ambiguity. Suddenly, chaos erupted as a monstrous serpent lunged at Eren. Before Eren could react, Soldrake sprang into action, swiftly dispatching the creature with a single decisive strike. Eren and the soldiers stood in stunned silence, marveling at the dragon's astounding speed and prowess. After swiftly dispatching the monstrous serpent, Soldrake stoically approached the fallen creature's carcass, much to the astonishment of the soldiers. Witnessing the dragon eating the monster, Killian couldn't help but reflect that a dragon, regardless of its guise, remained inherently draconic. The scene transitions to a few moments later, with the camp established and Soldrake perched on a sturdy tree branch. Eren approached, kindling a fire before commencing to prepare a meal for Soldrake. As Eren offered her culinary creation, Eren encouraged Soldrake to partake in the human experience of consuming cooked food. Soldrake, indulging in the meal, remarked on Eren's uniqueness as a Pendragon. Eren, revealing his true name as Raven, momentarily stunned Soldrake. Despite Eren's contemplation of disclosing his true identity to others, she acknowledged the futility of such an endeavor. Sharing a glimpse into Eren's past life as Raven, Eren recounted her penchant for such gestures. Soldrake, touched by Eren's revelation, suggested Eren address her by the shortened name, Sol, henceforth. Surprised by Sol's smile, Eren marveled at the notion of dragons expressing such emotion. Eren's curiosity then turned to the enigmatic figures of the dragon god and the demon god, yet Sol deflected her inquiries, citing the wisdom of time. Frustrated by the dragon's continual deferral, Eren's patience wore thin. News spreads like wildfire through the Pendragon Palace that Eren has returned after forging a pact with the White Dragon. Selena and Irene beam with joy at the news, Selena's maternal pride evident as she revels in her son's accomplishment. Lindsay, her thoughts filled with concern since bidding Eren farewell at the Bellant Gate, now finds solace in his safe return. Eren and his forces arrive at the Pendragon territory, greeted by jubilant crowds. Among the throng, Irene, Selena, and the ever-stoic butler Lindsay observe with surprise as Eren's contingent includes orcs, goblins, harpies, and a winged girl. Eren's proclamation rings out, declaring the White Dragon once more allied with the Pendragon, leaving everyone in stunned disbelief. As the White Dragon, Sol, transforms before their eyes, the palace erupts into astonished murmurs. The scene shifts to the grandeur of the palace halls, where festivities ensue in honor of Eren's return with the White Dragon. Lindsay confides in Irene, expressing awe at her first experience of such lavish celebration within the castle walls. Irene leaned in to share with Lindsay the reason behind the extravagant festivities, a celebration to honor the newly formed pact between Eren and the White Dragon. She explained that lords from neighboring lands and affluent merchants had gathered to partake in the revelry. Curiosity piqued, Lindsay scanned the room for young Lord Aaron, puzzled by his absence. Meanwhile, the scene shifted to Aaron, engaged in conversation with Sol. Aaron inquired why Sol had chosen not to attend the feast. Sol replied that she had conversed enough with her pact partner, whether it be Aaron or Raven. Aaron countered, reminding Sol of her reticence in sharing information. Sol explained that, as the heir to the Pendragon, Aaron would be occupied with hosting duties. Aaron conceded, acknowledging the myriad responsibilities that awaited him. Aaron marveled at Sol's understanding of human society, prompting Sol to reveal her lengthy tenure with the Pendragon household. She added that the notion of a dragon attending a feast had never been entertained. Aaron, intrigued, questioned why not, considering Sol's ability to assume human form. Sol's gaze bore into Aaron, her words carrying an unexpected weight as she remarked on his uniqueness among the Pendragons of yore. With that, she soared into the sky, leaving Aaron bewildered by her cryptic words. In the wake of Sol's departure, a flurry of noblewomen descended upon Aaron, eager to hear the tale of his pact with the dragon. Aaron found himself overwhelmed by their sudden attention, his astonishment growing as the women began to quarrel amongst themselves. From the sidelines, Lindsay observed Aaron's predicament, noting with a mixture of amusement and concern the chaos unfolding around him. As Aaron extricated himself from the fracas, he couldn't help but feel disdain for the bickering nobles, deeming them all foolish. Turning away from the commotion, Aaron's gaze fell upon Mia, engrossed in play with the orcs, Kazal, and Tata. A smile tugged at his lips as he approached them, eager to join in their merriment. Lindsay, witnessing Aaron's genuine joy, felt a warmth spread within her as she watched him revel in the simple pleasures of camaraderie. Later that night, Lindsay guided Aaron to Lady Selena's chambers, where she awaited him. Expressing her delight at seeing Aaron's happiness, Lindsay confessed that it had been too long since she had witnessed such genuine joy. Aaron turned to Lindsay with a furrowed brow, questioning why his mother wished to see him at such a late hour. Lindsay, equally puzzled, admitted her own lack of insight as they approached the chamber door. To their surprise, a line of noblewomen awaited them inside, their presence perplexing Aaron and Lindsay alike. Aaron's mother, standing regally at the head of the room, addressed her son solemnly. She explained that as a Pendragon who had forged a pact with the dragon, Aaron was expected to choose a bride from among the assembled noblewomen. Aaron's astonishment was palpable as the weight of her words sank in. Selena observed Aaron's reaction keenly before addressing him with a solemn tone. She explained that the tradition demanded a Pendragon who had forged a pact with the dragon to produce an heir with a young noblewoman from a neighboring country. Originally, the engagement had been intended with the daughter of Count Sirad Luna, but circumstances had led to its dissolution. Irene chimed in, informing her brother that the assembled ladies were from families of equal renown to Sirad's. As the noblewomen descended into another bout of squabbling over who would be chosen as Aaron's bride, Aaron turned to his mother with a question. Did he have to make his decision here and now? Selena confirmed that it was indeed tradition. Yet, Aaron stunned everyone by declaring Lindsay as his chosen bride. The room fell into a shocked silence at his unexpected proclamation. Selena, taken aback, clarified the true purpose of the tradition, to ensure the prosperity of the Pendragon family. Aaron acknowledged this, but countered that the noblewomen had gathered to celebrate his pact with the dragon. With a determined gaze, Aaron continued, asserting that individuals like Lindsay, who had proven their loyalty and dedication to the Pendragon family during times of crisis, would indeed become the true strength of the Pendragon lineage when faced with pivotal moments that would shape their fate. He turned to his mother, reminding her of Lindsay's unwavering care during his 3-year unconsciousness, a gesture that caused Lindsay to blush with embarrassment. However, the noblewomen interjected, dismissing Lindsay's significance due to her station as a maid. Aaron, unyielding, rebuked their narrow-mindedness, condemning those who relied solely on the status of their family names without possessing any personal merit. The noblewomen recoiled in shock at Aaron's boldness. Undeterred, Aaron continued, emphasizing that he already had comrades who stood by him faithfully, even during the family's lowest moments. He spoke of Killian and the soldiers under his command, the steadfast Ancona orcs, as well as Goblin Kazal and Harpy Tata, who had remained by his side in the mausoleum. These, Aaron declared, were his reliable allies, and he proclaimed that the Pendragon family was no longer weak enough to depend solely on alliances. The joyous revelation brought smiles to the faces of Irene, Selena, and Lindsay. Aaron turned to Lindsay, seeking her thoughts on becoming his wife. With unwavering certainty, Lindsay affirmed her readiness, prompting Aaron to declare her as the Lady of Pendragon from that moment forth. A few moments later, Lady Atia approached Aaron, praising his remarkable performance. Surprised by her continued presence despite the mausoleum's opening, Aaron questioned her motives. Lady Atia admitted her desire to see the face of the Pendragon heir before departing. Reflecting on Aaron's transformation since their initial encounter, she cautioned him about the challenges ahead in an era devoid of alliances. Aaron, undeterred, shared his optimism with Lady Atia. He spoke of the Pendragon's regained strength through their pact with the dragon and anticipated the influx of individuals eager to serve the family. Drawing upon his knowledge as Raven, Aaron expressed confidence in recognizing future heroes who would carve their names in history. Lady Atia was taken aback by Aaron's ambitious plan. As Aaron elaborated on his strategy to establish relationships with potential heroes, transforming them into loyal allies, Lady Atia's shock gave way to admiration. She expressed her belief that Aaron possessed all the qualities necessary to lead with excellence, leaving her with no regrets. Aaron then revealed another startling revelation. 6 dragons had appeared during his pact with Sol. Lady Atia's astonishment grew as Aaron recounted the presence of a black dragon and the cryptic references to a dragon god and demon god. Aaron speculated that these entities might be connected to Raven's reincarnation as himself, a theory supported by Balti's enigmatic words. Lady Atia confessed that this was the first she had heard of the dragon god and demon god, signaling the depth of mystery surrounding these mythical figures. Lady Atia turned to Aaron with a probing gaze, inquiring if Soldrake had shed any light on the matter they discussed. Aaron shook his head, recounting Soldrake's repetitive response that time will teach him, a phrase that seemed to be the dragon's refrain. Reflecting on their conversation, Lady Atia remarked on Aaron's apparent rapport with Soldrake. Perplexed, Aaron questioned her meaning. With a knowing smile, Lady Atia pointed out that Aaron had been referring to Soldrake as Sol for some time. Aaron explained that Soldrake had encouraged him to use the nickname, a detail he had only shared with Lady Atia and Soldrake. As they spoke, Aaron suddenly gasped in shock as Aaron saw Lady Atia starts to vanish before his eyes. Lady Atia gently informed Aaron that she had to depart, leaving him momentarily bewildered by her sudden announcement. Sensing his confusion, she reassured him, expressing her belief that Aaron possessed the capability to achieve both Raven's and Aaron's goals. Aaron, moved by her faith in him, embraced his grandmother gratefully, thanking her for her unwavering support over the years. Encouraged by Lady Atia's words, Aaron pledged to continue moving forward, both as himself and as Ravenvault. Determined to prove his grandmother's faith justified, Aaron vowed to demonstrate his ability to achieve their shared aspirations. The scene then transitioned to the castle, where Aaron Pendragon and Lindsay Conrad prepared for their marriage ceremony. Alone in his room afterward, Aaron was visited by Sol. Sol remarked on Aaron's choice of bride, prompting Aaron to explain his decision. He cited the complexities of political marriages and the inevitability of discussions about heirs, emphasizing that his choice had been made with strategic considerations in mind. Sol inquired of Aaron whether he harbored no interest in Lindsay, to which Aaron responded by affirming his trust in her, stemming from her care during his 3-year immobility. Curious about Sol's sudden disappearance, Aaron questioned her whereabouts during that time. Sol explained that she resided in her lair, a stone dragon statue atop the cliff behind Pendragon Castle, ever since forming a pact with a Pendragon. Aaron, puzzled, asked if Sol didn't grow bored in solitude. Sol revealed that even if she ventured out, no one could hear her voice. Aaron countered, noting that heads of the Pendragon lineage could hear her, but Sol admitted to seldom conversing with them, neither Gordon from the last generation nor Klein from the previous one. Aaron was taken aback, prompting Sol to reveal that it seemed they didn't want her to assume human form, leading her to respect their wishes and remain in her lair. As Aaron pondered Sol's previous remark about his talkativeness, he reflected on the rarity of a Pendragon engaging in conversation with her over the centuries. Sol interjected, reminding him of their unique partnership, encompassing both Aaron and Raven. Feeling a sudden urge to change the dynamics of their interaction, Aaron suggested that Sol could address him however she pleased. Surprised by this proposition, Sol decided to refer to him as Ray henceforth. Memories flooded Aaron's mind, recalling how Raven's brother used to call him by that name. Concerned that Eren might be discontented with the change, Sol questioned him. Yet, Eren assured her that he welcomed the new moniker, urging her to use it from that moment onward. Sol's smile widened, confirming her belief that Ray was unlike any Pendragon she had encountered before. Gazing skyward, Sol murmured the name of the first Pendragon, Alex Pendragon, expressing her hope that this time she would finally fulfill her promise to him. The news of Eren Pendragon's pact with the White Dragon spread like wildfire across the entire empire. Mercenaries, upon hearing the tidings, viewed Pendragon in a new light. Despite their small territory and scant knights, they saw potential for advancement, even the prospect of noble titles, if they aligned themselves with Pendragon and executed their duties diligently. Turning to their comrade, a masked figure, for his opinion, the scene shifted to a guy seated, absorbed in reading about Eren Pendragon's feats. Fascinated by Pendragon's ability to not only subdue a dragon but also monsters and orcs, found Eren to be an intriguing individual. In the Sirad territory, Count Sirad grappled with shock upon learning of Eren Pendragon's alliance with the White Dragon. Unsure of the next course of action, he pondered his options. Meanwhile, Luna, his daughter, couldn't shake her thoughts about Eren, her mind consumed by the news. In a dimly lit room, a man cloaked in black conversed with a brown-haired companion, both acknowledging Eren Pendragon as a hindrance to their plans. The cloaked man, addressing Balti, entrusted him with the task of dealing with Eren Pendragon, emphasizing the importance of their success relying on Balti's actions.